As I go over to the Army recruiting office here at I think it's 3230 23rd Avenue, to speak with Sergeant O'Gwen. Kind of nervous. I'm thinking a lot of things right now, is he going to call the police? You know, I wouldn't doubt it. You know, and then if he does call the police, what are they going to do? Say that I'm harassing them? But on the phone conversation with Sergeant O'Gwen just a minute ago, I asked him if it was okay if I went over there and spoke with him in person, and he said it was okay. So I don't see nothing wrong with it. And you know, our forefathers said that a government that is not accountable to anybody ought not be trusted by anyone. So, you know, the whole purpose of this video is to hold our government accountable, to ask them questions, to find out more about what they're doing, to teach them, to teach you on what's going on in our country, and just to give us knowledge, and so that we could have power. And so I'm a little nervous to see what's going to happen. I know I'm not doing anything wrong, so I have everything on my side. I know this government is doing wrong, and we'll just see how this turns out. It's going to be kind of exciting. You know, just to break down the situation and the motives of their hearts, and just to break it down and see who's in the right, who's in the wrong, and we'll just see what happens. Well, I'm here at the recruiting office. I'm going to ask some of the guys some questions and see what happens. So let's go in and see what happens. How you doing?
What's up? Why are you taking pictures in here?
Like our forefathers said, a government that is not held accountable to anybody, is not answered to anybody, cannot be trusted by anyone.
Okay.
So basically, just trying to hold. I'm gonna just shut the screen there. So, you know, just basically trying to understand our military, understand our government. You know, understand.
Are you a reporter?
No.
No.
I'm just a regular guy.
Do you want to understand? I got a number you can call, and he'll be able to answer every single one of your questions.
Oh, yeah?
All right. Hey, give me a number of PAO. I got it right here. You got it?
How you guys doing?
We're doing great.
My name's Dwayne Brothwell. What's yours?
You ready for this number?
Sure. But what's your name, if you don't mind me asking? What's your name, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm Petty Officer Ferris. You ready?
Petty Officer
303.
Ferris. Okay, just a second. 303.
506.
506.
0229.
0229.
Gentleman you're going to speak with is Dan Paleo. All right?
Okay, hold on.
He'll answer all your questions for you.
Okay, just a second.
Okay?
I got to get that information again. Dan, what? Wow, it looks like our government doesn't really want to be held accountable. Anyway, this is my time with the air.
Accountable for what?
Huh?
What is our government doesn't want to be held accountable for what?
Well, our government is actually fighting for Wallstreet and the bankers. Pentagon admittedly said that. And Smedley Butler, the most decorated Marine in U.S. history, said he spent 33 years and 4 months fighting for Wallstreet and the bankers. And our country, you know, believes that we're fighting for our freedom when we're actually not fighting for our freedom anymore. We're actually fighting for the dollar, which is the tool of the bankers to control the people.
Well, look under the news.
How you doing? you mind if I ask you a couple questions?
No, thank you.
No?
Look under the New World Order
Oh yeah, I know.
and the Skull and Bones well, that one world government wants to take over. So it's not really the military. The boys do what they need to for defending their country, and they do orders. They take orders.
Well,
They can't decide.
the thing is that the bankers who loan us money, they create the money, and then they buy up all of our commerce through the
Don't blame it on the
corporations.
service guys. Go to the bankers and get their view of why they're doing it.
Oh yeah, definitely. But you
There's
know,
all kinds of banks out here.
well, one thing that I'm trying to do is just educate our country.
No, the boys know. I
About-
even know. You know, I've never been educated in college or nothing like that. I'm 69 years old. I've been here from Greeley, and I know what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, people have been around the block more than once.
Sounds like you know a little bit more than the average person.
Just observing, you know, and you yourself, you've observed a lot. Tell me
Yeah.
you're trying to find out. You know exactly what's going on.
Oh yeah,
You
definitely.
should know what's going on. And if you don't, find out.
Oh, yeah.
What you're asking, but go to the bankers. Go to the source that you're saying the boys and the government of the service guys are doing that, but they're not. They're following orders.
Oh yeah, well, they got to understand where the orders are coming from.
They know it.
They know that it's coming from the bankers?
Well, no, I mean, who knows if the guys know that, but the government is like you say, trying to take over, which is the New World Order.
Well, actually, it's the bankers and the corporations that have an agenda. It's called the New World Order.
Yes, there's only-
And that is in Habakkuk 2:5, which says he gathers all nations to himself, and that's the banks and the corporations. And that's the
Get on
UN,
their
the
case.
IMF.
These boys have nothing to do with it. They're fighting, and they're dying, and they're recruiting the kids.
Well, if they're dying for our slavery, don't you think they would want to know about it?
They know. But
They know
can't-
they're dying for our slavery?
Can you do anything about it?
Well, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Well, then
I'm doing something about it. I'm trying to educate our country so that they understand why we're really in the wars that we're in.
how can the boys not know it? How can the boys not know it? They're up there. They go
Well-
whether they're going to die or not to take care of our country.
Well-
Keep you free, keep me free, and everybody else free. They're not the problem.
But they're not fighting for my freedom.
They're not the
They're
problem.
fighting for Homeland Security. They're fighting for the bank's agenda to enslave the world. That's what they're
Like I say,
fighting for.
Like you have a parent, if you don't mind your parents, you know, they're the head of your household and you.
Right.
And you've got to mind your parents.
Well, my name's
Until-
Dwayne Brothwell.
Dwayne,
It
until
was
you're
nice
old
meeting
enough,
you.
until you're old enough to do on your own, which you are now, then
Yeah.
you go off on your own. And
Right.
you can say yes or no to what your parents say.
Right.
You can tell whether they're right or wrong and not follow their educating you that.
Yeah.
And find out the source of why they not treat you like that, but educate you like that.
Right.
You know.
Do you mind if I give you a
And
card? It's about a book that I wrote.
Okay.
It's called Mystery Babylon. It's about the banks and the corporations and how they're ruling over our leaders and how they reign over the kings of the earth.
Like I say, don't
So-
be getting on these kids' case. They're dying for
I'm
our
not.
freedom. They have been dying for it, and you don't have to educate them.
I'm not getting on their case.
Okay.
I mean, I'm actually doing the opposite. I'm actually trying to educate them so that they can make a better decision in the future.
They're going to fight for our freedom with the Al-Qaeda's and the wars and stuff because they are out there to take care of
Well,
America.
Al-Qaeda is made up by the bankers, you know, like our forefathers said. If tyranny and guise, which is Homeland Security and the Patriot Act, if tyranny and oppression come to this land, it will be in the guise of fighting a foreign enemy. The government in history has been proved to stage terror attacks to blame it on foreign enemies so that they can bring in more tyranny and more government oppression and more slavery and
you know,
less liberty.
You know who you can go to educate?
Who?
Obama.
Obama.
Our president. That ain't doing
Well, I try.
nothing about what he's supposed to
Yeah.
do for us.
I try real hard.
You go get him, and
All right.
the Democrats that are making a mess of it.
Well, I'm gonna go to Mark Udall's office and I'm gonna ask him some questions too.
Mark
So
Udall, who is he?
he's the local senator here in Colorado, here in this
I can't
area.
remember whether he's Republican or Democrat.
He's Democrat.
Okay, you go to the
Yeah.
Democrats. Those are the ones thing.
Oh yeah,
Because
definitely.
they're for taking, in giving their support to the New World Order and taking over.
Amen. Okay.
Lefties, bad.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right. Nice talking with you.
Okay.
Sir, I was just curious, do you have any means to join the United States military today?
No, I don't. Actually, I couldn't fight for Wallstreet and the bankers, so I don't think I could do
I was
that.
just wondering if I could get you to exit the premises, please.
Sure.
Thank you. The door's this way, sir.
Well, what's the reason?
Go ahead, sir.
You mind
This
if I
way?
ask you the reason?
No, sir.
No, you
have
just
any
don't want to be
intention-
held accountable to nothing?
If you don't
You want
have
to
any
tell me
intention-
things and not have any
Yes, sir. I'm
reason?
going to have to call the police and have you removed from the
Well, I'm just
property.
asking you why.
Okay, sir.
Wayne, do as he asks you.
Just asking you why.
Go ahead and leave like he asks you.
Okay, I will. But
Good American
I was just
citizen.
asking for a reason.
And then look on 7:10 a.m.